It's been a while, but we are back, finally, with another soul-crushing tower in JToH. I've returned to the grind. I've already beaten a few soul-crushing towers, which will come out shortly. But the first one back, we're going to be in Forgotten Ridge, playing the Tower of Mind Breaking. And the portal room is where the old steeple used to be. I believe Steeple of Forgotten Memories has been moved to somewhere under the beginner towers. Floor 1 overall, once you learn it, is pretty easy. The hardest part is probably this conveyor, but as long as you keep momentum while you wrap around, should be no problem. Now for this jump, you want to walk up the ledge, get as far up as you can, like this. You want to walk up to the top, and then jump. And that will take us to floor 2. Got some pretty big wraps here to start off. But this floor, like the first, once you learn it, isn't that bad. Simply follow my movements here. Now for the floor 2 outside section, which is pretty scary, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. This jump right here, just jump as far as you can, and you should be good there. And I'll zoom out a bit to help time this spinner. Now for the final part of floor 2, just walk onto the spinner as it comes here. And then jump off of the ladder. Don't panic or anything there, you get plenty of time. Final part, you can just lag high jump if you can't be bothered to swing the platform like me. Now onto floor 3, we have this conveyor jump right here. What I recommend doing is use your own alignment keys, make sure you're in the middle, and then jump. Now we have a timed button, you have to be pretty fast here to get across this stud. Now this personally was the hardest part of floor 3 for me. Jumping across the spinners. For this final part, just walk across and treat this like a normal walk around, and you'll be fine. And onto floor 4. This section looks scary, but all you have to do is go, and then when the middle one comes out, wrap around it like that. It's very easy once you get it. part is pretty scary. It's a reverse head hitter, but you've got to time it so that the gap is under you. It's pretty safe though. This is probably the hardest part, which you can skip with a lag high jump like this. It doesn't skip that much, just a couple wraparounds. This is a timed section. I recommend just jumping around the edge like this. So you don't get knocked off. Another conveyor, I would also recommend using alignment keys here on the edge. And now we're on to the final part of floor 4. First we have this section that you have to speedrun. It's not that difficult though. Ledge grab this conveyor. And then we have a couple of final walkarounds. This final one, hold A and then press W afterwards. Pretty scary, but it's not too bad. Onto floor 5. These conveyors are pretty tough if you don't know what you're doing. Here, just do a reverse head hitter like this, and then keep going the opposite direction of the conveyor just to help control it like that. And then do a couple head hitters. The spin is pretty fast. Luckily there's a net if you fall. Although you do have to do the floor 5 conveyors again, so I recommend getting consistent at those. The rest of this floor, it's pretty standard gameplay. And we're now onto floor 6. Careful on the first jump. This is probably the easiest floor of the tower. Once you get used to it. Just follow the spinner. And then when you get to here, do a wraparound and wait for the spinner to come back. For this section, jump on it as soon as it goes out, like that. When it comes back in, jump on it. It's very simple. And now we're on to floor 7. Starts off with a pretty fast conveyor jump. This part is pretty nice because it's netted. It's probably one of the harder floors of the tower. Although luckily, as you can see, most of it is netted. Now when you get to here, you want to turn inside. And you have a tiny outside section that is very simple and should not give you any trouble. There's a pretty big wraparound here, and then from here, jump from, I'd say, the middle area. Some pretty scary wraps here. However, the real part that gave me trouble on this floor was the no jump section. While it starts off simple enough, I struggled quite a bit near the end of the no jump section. Here, just wait at the edge and then go as fast as you can. I do a ledge grab here and flick. Now this is the part that gave me the most trouble. You have to walk off, enable your jump, and not fall down, which I failed quite a few times. I realized that climbing down the truss did not help me. So instead, I tried a new tactic. I'd recommend in first person, just walk off and then turn. Just like that. Once you get past that, congratulations, you've made it to floor 8. Now we have a final wall hop until reaching floor 8. Now the first thing you must do when you get to here is to press this purple button. This means that whenever you fall down again, you don't have to redo half of floor 7. Only the netted part. Which I will show you now. All you have to do is get to this truss flick, you can flick straight to this purple platform, skip every single part of 7, and get straight back to 8. And also if you suck at the wall hop there, you can just lag jump that as well. It basically turns floor 7 into a net, which is very nice. For this section, wait till the platform gets to the lowest and then walk off. Floor 8 is pretty difficult. Here you have to time it. You have to jump straight off the first one, and then wait for about half a second on each of these. Here you have to time it, you have to dance glitch and land on one of the moving platforms. And now final jump to floor 8, and we reach floor 9. This is a nasty floor. Starting off with this section, you want to jump onto the truss and allow this platform to push you. And time it so you can jump off. This floor has some pretty big jumps like that one. This is a walk around. I recommend ledge grabbing here and then flicking. I found that pretty easy. Hold space on this conveyor. We're now at the last few jumps. This is a pretty big wraparound here, make sure to line it up. And then this jump is very scary, you have to let yourself fall a certain distance before doing a wraparound. Here, rebound off the wall, hold right once you hit the wall. And once you do this final wrap onto this truss, you've made it to floor 10. This floor is mostly safe. There are a couple sections you can fail, but overall, you have most likely beaten the tower when you get to this point. This part seems pretty scary, but the conveyors aren't that powerful, so don't worry. Using T-pose will help if you have it as well. Now be very careful on these tight ropes, as this is the one of the few parts that is not netted on 410. Now here, I recommend going pretty fast, which I did not do and almost died as a result. I got flung here. I didn't really need to, but I just ended up using the crystal, just to be safe. And now, we're on the final part. This part is pretty scary, but it's pretty easy as well, to be honest. All you have to do is complete this obby. Don't jump to unless you actually have to. And then when you get to the top, walk across this platform and wait at the very end. And just like that, you should be transported to the top of the tower. After pressing those two buttons, we can ascend to the final couple jumps and the wind pad. Do be careful here though, as this jump is definitely not netted. Here, if maybe you could save yourself on the platform below, but once you get to here, final tightrope, and victory is yours. Bro. How long have I been? 13,000 seconds is how much time I spent on this tower. I've never played it before this. Bro, Mez helped me so much, that was crazy. My heart is racing. Jeez. It's only insane, but that was crazy, man. I think that's 2 soul crushing towers in 2 days now. Hope was hell yesterday. And now this. Let's go.